In the foothills of Denver, Colorado, a young girl named Rebecca Turner would look up at the sky, her ears catching the distant rumble of aircraft. Her father, a truck driver, would point and say, "That's freedom up there, Becca." Meanwhile, her mother, a nurse, would remind her, "Go as high as you want, but remember to come back and help someone on your way down." These two ideas, freedom in the sky and service on the ground, would shape the course of her entire life. Rebecca's fascination with flight was no childhood whim. While other kids were reading comic books, she was devouring aviation manuals. She could tell a Boeing from an Airbus just by the sound of its engines. Her heroes weren't movie stars. They were pioneers like Amelia Earhart and Sally Ride. But dreams, especially dreams of flight, often come with a hefty price tag. Her family couldn't afford private lessons, so when an Air Force recruiter visited her high school, she saw her chance. At 18, Rebecca enlisted, ready to trade her civilian life for a pair of wings. The path to becoming a pilot was anything but easy. The training was grueling, a relentless test of mind and body. She faced skepticism, whispers that a woman couldn't handle the pressure. But Rebecca met every doubt with discipline and an unnerving calmness. Her instructors saw it early on. "Turner doesn't panic," one report noted. "She calculates." After 4 long years, she finally earned her wings. She wasn't just a pilot, she was assigned to a combat search and rescue unit, the elite crews who fly into the heart of danger to save their own. Her call sign was Falcon. In 2009, Falcon was deployed to Afghanistan. Her new home was Bagram Air Base. Her new office, the cockpit of an HH-60 Pavehawk helicopter. The mission was simple, but terrifying. Fly into hostile territory to retrieve the wounded and the fallen. Days were a tense mix of waiting and sudden chaotic action. She witnessed the brutal realities of conflict, but also the profound courage of the human spirit, the relief on a soldier's face, the bond between her crew, the strange, deafening silence after the adrenaline faded. Then came the day that would change everything. A hot August afternoon in Helmand Province. A patrol ambushed, soldiers pinned down, one critically wounded. Rebecca and her crew were scrambled. As their helicopter descended into the valley, the world erupted in gunfire. A deafening bang, a violent shudder, they were hit. Alarms screamed through the cabin. Smoke filled the air. Her co-pilot yelled, "We're losing hydraulics." But in that chaos, Rebecca's training took over. Her hands were steady, her focus absolute. She wrestled with the controls, holding the crippled chopper just long enough for the medics to pull the wounded soldier aboard. With a mix of pure skill and sheer luck, she muscled the dying aircraft over a ridge and crash-landed it in a cloud of dust, but everyone survived. For her incredible bravery, she was awarded the Air Medal for Valor, but she would always wave it off. "I was just doing my job," she'd say. Returning home to the peaceful skies of Denver was a different kind of battle. Everyone saw a hero, but Rebecca felt like a ghost. The quiet felt wrong. Every loud noise was a gunshot. Every night a replay of the explosion. The sky she once loved now felt empty, without a mission. She was adrift, a pilot without a purpose. The turning point came at a veterans event. She met a retired pilot, Colonel Sandra Hayes, who had flown medevac missions in Vietnam. After listening to Rebecca's story, the colonel gave her a new flight plan. When you can't fly for the mission anymore, she said, fly for yourself. Teach others to do what you loved. That's how you stay in the air. Those words were a spark in the darkness. In 2014, Rebecca left active duty, using her savings and a veterans grant. She opened a small flight school near Colorado Springs and called it Skypath Aviation. Her new mission wasn't just to teach people how to fly, it was to empower them, especially young women who had been told their dreams were out of reach. Flying is 90% confidence and 10% control, she'd tell her students. Both come from trusting yourself and your aircraft. She poured her heart into this new purpose, transforming her own struggles into a source of strength for others. She volunteered, creating retreats for female veterans that combined flight lessons with therapy. When they're in the cockpit, she explained, they stop feeling broken. Up there, everyone is whole. She found her purpose not in the heat of battle, but in the quiet confidence she built in her students. Rebecca Turner never married, but she built a family of 100 daughters in the sky, as her students would say. Her old crew from Afghanistan remained her brothers in arms, meeting every year to toast the day they all walked away. In her office, a plaque with the names of her unit sat with a simple inscription. We don't fly for war, we fly to bring them home. Every morning, as the sun rose over the Rockies, she'd open the hangar doors. Sometimes she'd take a small plane up, just for herself, feeling the wind rush past. Up there, she wasn't the decorated war hero or the celebrated instructor. She was just Rebecca, the little girl who looked up at the sky and knew, somehow, she belonged there. And in her own way, she still did, guiding others toward their own piece of that endless blue. Thank you for watching this story of courage, resilience, and finding a new way to fly. If you were inspired by Rebecca's journey, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories that lift us up. We'll see you next time.